Dear friends, today I will be making a strong case for factoring vis-a-vis when there are bank limits for a customer. In this instance, we will take a customer who is into both domestic sales as well as export sales, and we will see whether there is any possibility for factoring. As you all know, factoring means selling of an invoice to a factorer, which literally means that the invoice is sold to a factorer with no control whatsoever on the seller afterwards. Okay, we will compare this with the bank limits when there are bank limits being enjoyed by a customer, and also we will see whether there is a possibility for factoring. Factoring is fairly a relatively new concept in India. When there are bank limits, many customers usually are wary of again availing factoring limits. We will take an example of an exporter of cables who has limits with a bank of working capital limits with a bank of around 400 lakhs. Now, when these limits are sanctioned by the bank usually mentions that on stock there will be a margin of 20%, 25%. Stocks 25% margin, and on the sundry debtors, on the bills receivable, there will be a margin of 40%. This is usually this practice is usually prevalent in all banks in India, wherein monthly drawing power is calculated and working capital limits are set by that particular bank for each customer. Therefore, we will take an example wherein in this customer called X has a limits of X Limited has limits of 400 lakhs with a bank. Now suppose every month this customer of the bank has to provide monthly statement of stock and debtors, which is called the stock statement usually. Stock statement is comprised of the following. For example, we will assume that stocks as at 31/3/2021. Stocks comprise of A. Raw material, of suppose 200 lakhs. B. Work in progress, WIP, or work in progress 135 lakhs. C. Finished goods. Finished goods, let us assume, will be 125 lakhs. The total now comes to 510 lakhs. This is the value of the total stocks as at 31/3/2021 as per the stock statement supplied by the customer to the bank. Now, we will arrive at the paid stock. Paid stock means less sundry creditors, also means bills payable to the extent of sundry creditors. In this we will have letter of credit creditors, letter of credit dues. Suppose this is 50 lakhs, and sundry creditors for trade. I am specifically mentioning the word trade here so that sundry creditors for expenses are not taken into consideration for arriving at the paid stock. Suppose the sundry creditors for trade is 100. The total sundry creditors would come to 150 lakhs 150 lakhs, that is coming to the net balance paid stock is coming to 360 lakhs. On this, as I have previously mentioned, there is a margin of 25% for stocks. Less margin at the rate of 25%. That comes to 90 lakhs. Therefore, drawing power available against stocks is 250 lakhs. BP means drawing power. Drawing power, oh, it's not 250, it's 270 lakhs. So, let us say this is A. So, the drawing power available on stocks is 270 lakhs. I am continuing with a brought forward figure of 270 lakhs on stocks. Drawing power on stocks is equal to A 270 lakhs. Now we will come to the other component called drawing power on debtors. Drawing power on debtors is calculated as BP on receivables. All banks in India usually give drawing power based on receivables for less than 90 days only. So, sundry debtors less than 90 days is 400 lakhs. Now, the margin on this is less margin is at the rate of 40%, that comes to 160 lakhs. The net is 240 lakhs is drawing power on sundry debtors. Which is B. A plus B is the total drawing power which is used by the bank to calculate drawing power limits. That is 270 plus 240, that is equal to 510 lakhs. Whereas the bank has given bank limits is equal to BP is equal to 400 lakhs. That means there is a gap of 110 lakhs in the total working capital requirement of this particular customer called X. Now, how do we monetize these additional debtors which are not funded, which cannot be funded by the bank due to various constraints in assessment of working capital by the bank? Here, in this method, we can now opt for a concept called factoring. Suppose in this case, this particular customer X has export receivables of 400 lakhs minus margin of 160, 240 lakhs. As we can see, there is still a gap of 110 lakhs, and this customer is carrying bills receivable in his balance sheet which are not monetized and therefore are being carried in the balance sheet for 90 days. Now suppose this 90 days becomes 120 days, then he cannot even avail limits on the bank. Therefore, in such cases, it is strongly recommended that the customer takes recourse to factoring.